Tell you what.
All right, it's connecting
We're
again.
making progress on the organization.
Yes.
But now I know I have to sort these can pieces even more.
Okay, let's see if that brought us back online. Sorry about that, folks. We seem to be having some technical difficulties. Yep, we are live again.
Woohoo!
I think.
Hi, friends.
Yeah. Okay, we're live again.
Yay.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened on our Access Humboldt side of things, but maybe it will pick the stream back up. But yeah, so let's just jump right back into it since I've wasted us 10 minutes already.
Oh, it's all good. Sumo Paint. It's cool.
Sumo Paint, yes.
It's a great, it's like web-based, kind of like drawing, app. But the cool thing about it is the baked-in AI tool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is going to be weird. It's going to show both of us at the same time here. But I think the issue I was running into just then is that I set up a third monitor up here so I could have my dual screen still and be able to show the live stream on the third monitor that's connected to then a split to this monitor up above me and then one out on the floor. But seems that it has issues, so I'll have to troubleshoot it some more. But anyways, okay, so there we go. Okay, so here's my screen. So this is Sumo Paint. Sumo.app is the website. And the cool thing about this is that it has a built-in AI mode or AI generator. You see it actually gives you a prompt for you by default just so you could try it out. One thing I have noticed is that you want to make sure that your file size is set up the right way. So sometimes if you jump right in and go new and do a 512 by 512, that's kind of a standard for this stuff.
Oh, that's what was screwing me up. I kept starting with a larger size, and then it doesn't want to render something that's larger, so I kept getting a cropped tiny thing. That was the step I was missing. Thank you.
So that will definitely do it. So instead of, once you start that, if I just run this.
Is that a default prompt?
Yeah, this is one that's just in there.
Why?
So if you click that inspiration button there, it'll take you to a site where they have a bunch of rendered images, and then they'll show you, so you can look through the rendered images and then see what the prompt was that got that image. Mm-hmm. So to kind of help you understand what sort of prompts get you what kind of results.
Yeah.
Which I think is really neat. I love this. What is that Toy Story thing down there? Did you see that?
There's some weird ones on
that
here.
That was horrifying. It's gonna
refresh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great for getting some prompts. So the way I've been using it though is that this has a built-in, although I haven't been using this particular way, but this is one way you can do it, is it has a reimagine option. So instead of just creating a new picture, you can reimagine a picture from a already existing layer in your project. So let's just do a new thing, and let's draw something. I'm just going to remove this prompt and find my stylus here. I've got my tablet out. I was doing Baby Yoda earlier. I figured I'd continue with that.
That thing works great.
Yeah. So I'm going to just draw real quick. Actually use my... no, I don't want to resume. I want to add some layers here because I want to give it... One thing you need to do is actually give it color. So if I just do a really basic... I have to actually get a color here. For some reason this is all lagging today. I don't know what the deal is. Hopefully my connection's okay and everybody out there can see what I'm doing.
Man, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
What a time.
I'm not sure what's happening.
That's baffling.
I'm surprised that this... Oh, wow, okay. I can barely draw.
Gosh. Is that USB lag or is that the site?
I don't know what's happening. Must be the USB. I bet you it is. Yep.
You got a congested
I've just got too
controller.
much stuff.
Yeah.
This computer is like
So
really, we're really pushing its limits.
totally. For those of you who don't know, you can stands for Universal Serial Bus, which means that you can chain any number of I think it's up to 128 USB ports together and still maintain functionality in theory. So a single controller can control a wide variety of ports, but they're still limited on their bandwidth. So your computer could have 100 USB ports, but they all get bottlenecked through one connection on the motherboard, and that causes lag. So I experience this a lot with external USB hubs where I'm trying to use too many things at once. Like my Logitech mouse with the dongle hates being plugged into anything that has a hub with any other data being transferred, because my mouse lags. And so I have a feeling you're experiencing something like that.
I don't know what is happening, really. Maybe it really is this TV. Hold on.
Can you just unplug
I'm
it?
just gonna turn it off. Is this TV? I don't understand how that would affect my performance so much, but hopefully this doesn't get all. There we go. We're having a real technical difficulty. I turned it off.
It's a technical stream tonight.
Off.
Good thing. We'll see if we can put this T-Rex together before Jerry
Yeah, we'll have
gets this off.
something of.
Yeah, we'll show off our
interest in-
T-Rex if nothing else.
Okay.
Starting to feel good about this plan.
That's a little bit better. Let's see if my. Okay, that's somewhat better. Man, I can't believe that just having that one TV plugged in would affect the performance so much. So what I'm trying to do here is draw. This app isn't really the best for drawing, honestly. It's got some weird things going on with it. So I would recommend, if you're going to do this method, draw on something else like Krita or even Blender, and then import your picture in. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to draw a little Baby Yoda here. Not the best Baby Yoda, but I looked at quite a few references, so I sort of know what he
Familiar.
I'm sure it looks great.
Yeah.
Give him this little scarf thing, he's like bundled up, and a little blanket, some little arms. So, you know, this is not the best drawing, and I only spent, a few minutes on it. But what you can do, what this process allows you to do, is actually take your own drawings and then feed it a prompt of what you drew and have it render a new version of what you drew, or essentially an upgraded version. And gosh, this is still really giving me some issues. Change it to brush here.
So I want to say real quick while you're
Struggling
working through
with it?
issues, I asked Jay to demonstrate this tonight because I was really curious about it. I'm a very poor visual artist, in my personal opinion, but I feel like I have something of an eye for design, and so I have a great difficulty creating a thing that makes sense and looks like the thing that I want it to look like. So having some sort of workflow where I could have my work improved would not only help me make better work, but also show me how I could improve a thing I actually did, rather than just looking at someone's nice art and being like, oh, how do I do that? Scratching my head. Why doesn't my piece look like that piece? I'm just not, I am not a well-practiced artist and just don't have the knowledge to do that myself. So it's cool. Let the AI help you.
Yeah. It'd be great if it worked.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is the downfall of using your streaming PC as also a demoing PC. Mm-hmm. All these weeks that we've been doing. But I hadn't had this problem in the past with Blender either. I don't know what is going on. I haven't changed anything really.
Right.
The studio has been flipped around, as you guys could probably tell. But other than that, everything's plugged in the same. But, this is not going to give us the results we want. And I don't know why this app, it doesn't usually lag this bad.
Yeah, I feel like we've opened it up a whole bunch and it's been chill. I could pull it up over here. Like, I don't know.
If you want to try.
No, it's just
So
try it.
basically, you know, you go through this, you paint. I don't know what it's going to give us, but I'm just going to make it go.
Cable that's on the floor. That like USB-C cable.
So you type in your prompt and you hit reimagine. And although, hold on. Oh, well, of course, now it probably broke it even more. I forgot that you have to merge your, oh, well, you can kind of see what happened. I got something. So
It's not on our screen, by the way.
oh, you can't see it?
No.
Oh.
Maybe it's still rendering a third display.
Are you seeing the Pringles?
Yep.
Oh, that could be why.
I really like these Pringles, except for the yellow one. The fuzziness of it makes me feel uncomfortable. Now I see it now.
Yep.
It looks a lot like the last one. The color palette, I mean, whatever, he's green, but like the eye shape and everything, like it looks like it's pulling from a specific illustration or illustrator style or something. Do you know what I mean?
And I didn't specify. Like, you could specify.
Yeah, you just said Baby Yoda.
So
that's where you started.
That's what I had before.
That's
yeah.
amazing. And so it's that splotch of color that it needs, right?
Yeah, it really needs color. So if you're just doing line work, it won't work very well. And okay, well now this is letting me draw. So maybe it really is just having that third display just is too much for this computer. No, still can't use my USB input, but I could use my mouse. We're doing that. Where there's a will, there's a way. We're gonna make this work. So, you know, I barely have to really color it at all, and I can do really basic shapes and colors. Just give it a general idea. I could probably paint them a different color and it would give me something different too. But if I picked on something like this kind of orange for this part, oh no, it's still lagging. I'll just give it a general. How's that dinosaur going out there?
We're
we're doing.
having some spatial challenging.
No, it's fine.
Let's see.
Teasing.
Let's get a little bit of green on his hands just so it knows. Can't believe how laggy this is. Okay, let's try this again. So one thing before I do this, I want to merge these layers. I can just press this down. There's a little arrow to merge down. And then I can actually merge it to the white as well. That way it gives me a white background instead of a black background. AI, reimagine, Baby Yoda. You can change the prompt strength so that you know, either it looks more or less like the drawing you did. And then go ahead and hit the generate new image, and you should get something. Yeah, there it is. That's really creepy, but
Like sad Yoda.
so, and you could keep doing this. You could it takes the active layer that you have, so you could keep reimagining it until you get a design that you like. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
He's got a little like
I like that.
yeah, that's a curious little
Yeah.
heart
So,
item.
you know, this, like I said, this tool, like this part of it is the most useful part. Otherwise, it doesn't really have, like, even trying to do like the selection tool. I don't know if I'm using it wrong or what, but it just does a absolutely terrible job of just like selecting an area. So I like was trying to just cut him out of the white background, and it would not
It's just like non-functional.
see. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So exporting this into Krita or something else, Photoshop, and doing your editing there is a smart choice. But this is at least a basic workflow that you can use. Now, the only problem with this is that you cannot change a lot of the more advanced settings, and you cannot change the model in which you are referencing from. So those of you that are more advanced, and hopefully if you're trying to do this, have a graphics card, because you will actually, it requires you to have one, because it uses NVIDIA rendering to do this, and you need something that has at least 8 gigs of virtual memory. So that's crucial to this setup. Otherwise, it will not work. But what I've been using is a app called or a add-on for Blender called Dream Textures. It's kind of been going around in the Blender circles for a while, and Corey actually showed me an artist, and we talked about it. I think this is what we demoed, I think, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we talked about those folks. It's like a duo. They go by the name of Yonk online, who make some really lovely VR sculpted stuff.
Yeah, and generate a bunch of their textures with this add-on. So that's its main use, but you can also just use it as a generator within, like, on your own computer. There's other ways you can set it up, but I found it to be really nice because it goes right into Blender, and if you need it, you know, for you know, it seems pretty well optimized and super efficient. So you can do some other cool stuff. This is their GitHub page. So this is Dream Textures, and I'm actually, to do the revisioning thing, you actually will want to use the last version, not the newest version, but the why is nothing working today?
That's wild.
I cannot load in this page. There we go. So, this was taking it a second. Now go back. Oh my goodness. I'm just not being patient enough, apparently.
I'm not
Latest
sure.
release.
But we now have a 5-piece articulated T-Rex body and tail.
Oh, nice.
So there's that.
Further than I've got.
Congratulations to us.
So here's the release page. 0.009 is the newest one, which has the depth textures, which we looked at last week. But in order to get it's currently in this version, there's quite a few things broken with the upscaling and also that whole, like, reimagining thing. So you'll want to get the next version down, which is 0.008. And once you download this, you also want to go on to Hugging Face, which is a repository of a bunch of different models that you can use. So you'll want the Windows. You can also set this up with the Dream Studio, but you only get a certain amount of renders. So I recommend, if you've got the hardware for it, using the NVIDIA GPU render. So downloading this one, it is quite a large file, so make sure you have space. And the models are also very large. So if we go on to the Hugging Face website, so here's the landing page. You go up to models and scroll down over here on the left, and you see all these different things. And these are not all for text to image stuff. So you want to make sure you sort by text to image, and then you see things like Stable Diffusion. That should be familiar. I've been using Stable Diffusion. I've been using Open Journey, and Dreamlike Diffusion are ones I recommend trying out. And double check when you click on these, because these aren't always the newest versions of these either. When you go on the pages, sometimes there's the version 2 is out, and they're just upgraded essentially. They have more things that it's scanned as part of its model. More inputs into the algorithms and things. I couldn't begin to just tell you how all that works. I haven't gotten that deep into it yet,
Right.
actually training models. But
oh my goodness,
that's
I've
a
played
whole
around with it a
story.
little bit. Like, it's basically like, I think like when the models exist, building the model or whatever, like to like building the system to interpret the training data is the challenging part. I think like in my experience, it's just been like pointing a program at a folder full of data.
Oh, okay.
So like if
It's pretty straightforward.
totally. So like a lot of the big effort is like crawling the internet to grab all the stuff to put in their data sets and whatnot.
Cool. So once you have those downloaded, most of these are like anywhere from 2 to 7 gigs. In Blender, once I get that set up here. Okay, the newest version of Blender, and I think this works also with the older versions. Let's hope Blender doesn't lag. This is not the newer version of Blender, even though I told it to open 3.4.
You got a few versions installed on there?
Yeah. I forget to go back and uninstall them.
Becomes a pretty common thing.
So this is 3.4 Blender. You can probably get away with using the other ones. I didn't actually see, and I'm not sure which versions you need of Blender, but I know that it works with this one, and I recommend just upgrading to the newest thing. So once you have that all downloaded, head into your preferences. Those of you using Blender probably know how to add in add-ons, but I've already got it installed because these are huge files. So did this before the stream, and so I've got the version 8, and I've got a few models loaded up in here. Some of these are actually just different versions of Stable Diffusion because for some reason I couldn't get them to work right. So I'm going to try out this one and open Journey. And there's not a whole lot else you need to do in here once you get those imported. The newer version is actually a lot nicer because it has a search engine built right into this, and you can download the stuff from Hugging Face like right in the interface, which is super convenient. You don't have to like go through the website or anything. But once you have that all set up, if you head over to your UV editing tab, I just like to switch it this way. You can also just change your viewport, but you can head in here. And now, if I hit N on the keyboard, bring up my little tool shelf over here, this is where all the magic happens, and we can start plugging things in. So I was trying just like a mossy brick texture. Let's see if we can get the Stable Diffusion to work here. I want a texture. I can recall this texture. Whoops, not that button. I think, yeah, recall propped. It's seamless. You can check that box on or off. The size should stay about the same, and let's just try to generate that and see if that works. So it may take a minute when you first start up stuff. You have to let it process through, but while that's doing that, I want to find a, let's see, there was a picture I wanted to use. Let's see where I downloaded that to. Pictures. Must be in my downloads folder. There's a picture of Corey and I that's on our website. I was gonna.
Yeah, I saw the result you got from it earlier. It was pretty cool.
So I don't know if y'all remember us messing with that other one before. I actually have some of these saved. So there was like, I'll just see. Oh, it did go. Okay, cool. So this should give us actually a mossy brick texture. We'll see how good it does. Sometimes it does terrible. Sometimes it's pretty solid. Oh, hey, those look like pebbles, but that's definitely mossy.
Yeah, that's a mossy texture.
Yeah. So
one for two.
you can. The cool thing with this and this version, you can upscale. So there's just another menu here. You can times it by 2. You can times it by 4. Let's just do times 2. That way we get a nice 1024, and it's pretty quick. So already scaled it up. You can actually, I think you can keep doing this, and you can make. Obviously, the larger the texture, the longer it's going to take. But yeah, you can get some pretty high resolution textures that way. So it's pretty cool.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
That's
that's
sweet.
pretty, pretty detailed.
And that's just that's the inbuilt upscaling with Open Journey.
This actually uses a different model.
Okay.
The nice thing is the UI will tell you to download a certain, it's a different type of file actually.
Interesting.
So it's a HRL or something like that. I don't know what the extension that is, but it's a pretty small little file. And that allows you to upscale stuff. So, yeah, this was using Open Journey, I can probably, I wanted to see if I can get Stable Diffusion here to download or to make as a texture. We will see. It's got to load up the model and everything. Open Journey was the one I could actually get to work. Let's see here. Hopefully we're still live. Yep, seems like it's working.
Woohoo!
So far, so good. Let me double check our... Yep, okay, cool.
Nerding out in here.
Wait, that doesn't look right, though. Oh, is this like... Okay, is this like behind us?
Weird.
I was like, wait, that's like a while back. So it looks like for some reason Stable Diffusion is not wanting to work. If you run into, this is still like really early development stuff, so check your console. If you go to Windows and toggle your system console, you can kind of see, whoops, I toggled it off. Kind of see what's happening. So yeah, I'm still getting the same error. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Attribute has no, so it's like not pointing to the model correctly or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I know that Open Journey works, so we'll just mess with that.
Yes.
So back before I was doing, just to kind of show you all a demo, I don't know if you guys remember when we were, did we do this on stream? So we had these photos here. Let's see if this will open. Unless I just crashed Blender. Oh boy.
Joy of joys. Stream of streams.
Yep. Cannot demo anything without it falling apart. This is exactly why I had the other computer set up, because I knew that this was...
Is that, what happened to that computer?
I have it. It's at home. I was trying to set up a server on it, but it was not cooperating.
That's interesting.
Trying to set up the Minecraft server for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently you can't do that anymore because it's all behind a paywall. Lovely.
Jeez.
Well, I just ended up crashing Blender, so let's start that again.
Nice.
It's very unstable. So definitely save your work if you have anything. Usually I just start a new Blender project that's not crucial, you know, where I can render stuff without worrying about it crashing on me.
Right.
That's actually the first time I've had it crash. Typically it's pretty good about it. But, all right, let's try this again.
Yeah, this is definitely like some like weird stuff we're asking things to do, you know? Like, like I feel like getting things to do this like AI modeling stuff is like, it's not what it's built for necessarily, so it's...
Do you remember when we were doing this?
Yes.
So I was adding, this was using the Sumo Paint. So we were adding Corey and I to a screen that was the right resolution and then generating alternate versions.
Oh, yeah.
Getting some better and better results as we went on until we got some beautiful pieces of art here. I particularly like this one. We both evolved into some form of Danny DeVito.
That's horrific.
Yeah, pretty scary.
He also kind of looks like one of like the forehead wrinkles really give vibes of like one of those guys from the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
So this is the joys of AI right here. So let's try, I'm gonna bring this one back in and just test this out. So if we go back into Dream, there is an option here that we can use a source image, so very similar. And I'm just going to use I'm going to move this over here because I need let's see here. Let's do a generic prompt.
Yes.
So there is a, let's see, where's that at? Oops. Where was the, there was that magic prompt thing.
Oh, what was that site? Yeah, that was really cool. I asked, was that like
the Hugging Face?
that was a Hugging Face
one. Of the
here, I'll find it.
It's in my. It's
in my history from yesterday.
Or was it the Journey or Dream Texture or Dream You or the whatever is it called? The Dreamlike one, Dreamlike Art. We found a pretty cool like quick prompt generator. I've been looking for one that's just like basic. Like I just want something random, you know.
Yeah, I think it was. Man, where was that thing? Oh, that's maddening. I can't remember. My search history from yesterday is so funny. I just scrolled through and found Speed Garage, Big Beat, Dub, Ska, Crust Punk. Looking up some weird stuff. Starry AI. No. I want to say it was on Hugging Face. Okay, so you go to Stable Diffusion.
Oh, here's the Midjourney prompt generator. Oh my gosh, what?
Models.
Two guys having a party in the woods in 1930s at night. Direct wide angle view. Atmospheric windows, dreamy real estate. Let's do this. Two guys with the Batman epic landscape. Oh, that would be pretty good. Let's do that one. So this is an interesting little prompt generator. It's another Hugging Face thing. There's actually some of these that have built-in like use cases, so you can actually generate right within the website. So this is just a prompt generator one. So you just type in something, and I put two guys, and then they give us a bunch of stuff. So let's see what we get. Let's just plug that in to our subject. I just wanted something random to test it out. And then we don't have to change any of that. We want to add our source image. So we can do open image, which works, or we can choose one. So it's kind of nice to choose one because then it is locked there, so you can just keep hitting generate. So let's try this out with a source image. You can also do some in-paint and out-paint, which is where you expand or pretty much just expand your whatever your already designed art is, which is pretty cool. I haven't messed a whole lot with it, but it is also an option in there. So there's a few other things in here that I change sometimes.
Found it, Jay.
Oh, you did find it?
You want it in Discord?
Sure. Let's see what this does.
It's on Hugging Face. It's a thing called Maximum Diffusion.
Maximum.
And what it does is you give it a short prompt. It'll spice up your prompt, and then it will run it through a whole bunch of the models.
Oh,
12 different models. But
wow.
I found it mostly useful for the magic prompt thing, which did a really good job. I suspect it's using the same thing that whatever you found uses as well. There can't be too many algos like that out there that are being used.
So this also has a very similar, like, instead of a percentage like the other website, this has just a noise strength, which is same. It's still a percentage, so it's 75% right now, which might be a little bit much. But we'll see what we get. But you can see that if you're doing like art, like I was doing the little baby Yoda, and I wanted, oh my gosh. Oh wow, okay. Interesting. But I wanted, I drew a really not great version of Baby Yoda, but I wanted a nicer version. I just plugged that in, or drew a picture and fed that back to the thing, and you get something out of it. It's great for doing character, like concept art, if you have a basic idea of what you want, like say your character has long hair or, yeah, this one was interesting. Kind of messed up the face a little bit. Actually,
yeah, it did a great job on my face though. I look great.
yeah. I don't like this sampler very much. There's a whole bunch of different samplers, and this one actually has different samplers than the new version. So we can like run through and see. These all will give you kind of slightly different results, and you also have a seed, so you can change. You can like lock it so it keeps the same seed, and of course you can change the noise strength. You can change how many steps it takes, which you can get. I usually set it to like 35 or so.
Oh my goodness.
There's definitely, that's Batman. Oh, I don't know what that is. That Birdman? I love it. So, okay. Now, if we went lower on this, like let's try 1.
Yes, this is something I've not understood. Is what does noise mean?
So this is the same thing as the prompt strength. Okay. So it's like 1 would be it fully takes over, and the prompt goes all through like
it doesn't use the original image at all or something?
Kind of, yeah. It like barely references it or doesn't use much from it. So a lower value should give us something that resembles more of our original, our original thing, which obviously is not great. So we gotta have something. It's essentially how much you allow it to change.
Right. How dreamy you want it to be. Yeah, I kind of hung at this intermediate stage for a second, like one of the previous videos. Your face.
So you can just
my shoulder for some reason.
Slightly increase until it's like.
Well, what is going on with my guitar headstock like after my fingers? Like.
Oh wow! I can see your eyes through your glasses.
That's not right. That's not right at all.
I have like half of a different face going on.
Yeah, my tattoo is getting weird. And my
so,
guitar is melting.
You know, the other one is pretty nice for quick demoing, but this is, you get a lot more options. You can go through and try some of the other, like, oh my goodness. It's starting to build a landscape for us, though. You can see now we got some cool buildings in the background, and I don't know what is happening.
Our Lego set is missing pieces.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we open another bag?
Do we dare?
Oh, is this the bat symbol in the sky?
Yes. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Actually.
Whoa, look at that
This is maddening. Now. We've got a T-Rex with articulated legs and a single foot.
He's missing a whole foot?
Well, we have the second foot, but his toes, the pieces that form the toes, there's supposed to be 3, and there's only 1.
Oh no.
And I see these other ones that like don't look like, they look like they're sort of the right piece, but no, they're not quite. Like there's.
Did they give us the wrong?
Do you see what happened, right? So there's 2, like there's supposed to be the single brick with like a hook off of them, but it's supposed to be the piece with the hook off the side, and instead there's 2 of these single bricks with a hook on top and nowhere to put them. So I think we literally just got the wrong piece in the set, because that's it for this box.
This photo?
I have an idea.
But
Let me try.
there's some of them in box 5, so yeah. Although we do only have 5 minutes left, but whatever. We got loose pieces anyways. Might as well.
Oh, wearing camo gold chain.
Let's crack it open real quick. I'm just gonna this is gonna make me feel crazy if we don't leave this with like at least like a finished foot on this poor guy.
All right, let's try the party in the woods.
Just so you know, there's 2 bags, like 6 or maybe 9 not turned right.
Right. That's quite possible. I need 5 though.
So I'm just plugging in random, but you can see how you can build on this. So what I was doing before was doing some basic sketches with some color of what I sort of wanted, threw it into this, ran it through a bunch of times. I mean, this still is a workflow. Like, it's not going to give you amazing results right away. So, you know, you're still spending an hour or so re-rendering until you get something that actually looks decent. And then taking that and exporting it, say, back into Krita or something, I was drawing over and making changes. I had this issue where my character's ears kept coming off of their head. So I had to constantly redraw them back on their head so that they would stay. And so you end up needing to like go in and make fine adjustments to actually make something that's, you know, or they end up with extra fingers or have like weird, a lot of times it's with their eyes, like the eyes get, like the pupils become the whole eye and then you have to go and adjust things. But definitely still a process, but oh, whoops, I forgot to change to the other. So I'm going to try this photo real quick, see what we can get out of it. And this is the two guys in the woods having a party in 1930. And it's got a whole bunch of direct wide angle view.
Oh yeah, like really specific about how it's framed.
Windows for some reason, dreamy, realistic.
Like the operating system?
I'm not sure what that means. That's what it gave us. So we're gonna see what happens. But so like you can specify, like I had a character, I wanted them to have like auburn hair. So you specify that and it will give you that style and style your character. Or you can tell it to give your character a different style hair and it knows like, if I've painted it though in Krita and given it a color, it usually will use that color. But specifying it is nice too. You want to get as much detail as you can.
Has anyone else out there run into this situation where you've opened up a brand new Lego set and you have not just missing pieces, but like the wrong pieces? Because that's what's happening to us right now.
Is that the...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're like literally supposed to, we just used these two things to replace the two we're missing and now we need them for the set.
It's fine.
Interesting.
Well, I don't think it is actually.
It's gonna be fine.
I literally don't think you can put
That didn't give us much. It's very abstract.
Yeah, it's super abstract.
Let me try upping the steps and see if
cool.
we get something that's a little bit more recognizable. This is using a pretty small resolution. Oh no.
Oh, wow. That went somewhere.
Wow. Okay. So, you know, changing these also, like I said, these will give you different different effects.
I have spare Legos.
You can just write them. Man, what a buzzkill though.
Wow.
On both sides. Whoa.
I like your shirt there.
I do too. I'm like, I'd wear that.
And your foot arm.
I'd wear that too.
Oh man. So you can see it's kind of a process to show. You know, this is definitely something that still takes hours, even if you're going through and just looking at the renders. You get something different every time. Wow, okay. Interesting. Look at that, Corey.
Oh, I love that. It's got some like, whoa.
Very interesting, like.
Whoa.
So
It's a shame they don't come out at a better resolution though, you know?
Yeah, let's try to upscale this one. Let's upscale this one times 4. See what we get. There we go. I mean, it's still the same kind of thing. Like, it does have some weird, like, smoothing to it, but, you know, you do get a much higher resolution, so. Yeah, cool. Well, I think we're at time. I know, I'm sorry, a lot of that time was spent troubleshooting, but...
this is life.
Yeah, this is life.
This is our life.
Thank you all to those who joined and came back on our little... when our stream got shut down. Hopefully I can figure out whatever that was causing that. It seems to be it was that other monitor, so maybe that's not a good option, or this computer needs to be upgraded. So, alrighty everybody. I guess we'll let you go for now, and we will see you next week for another exciting edition of the MARZ live stream.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
See ya.